What's up, traders? It's your girl Q, and this is Phase 3. Today, we're going to be going over a trade that I just got out of. So before I get into this video, guys, I just wanted to say this. There are no shortcuts in trading. Every time you overtrade, over leverage, or sit there searching for a trade instead of waiting for one, you're not being aggressive, you're being uncertain. When you trade multiple setups at the same time, jump strategies, or just feel like you always need to be in a position, you're training your mind to second guess itself. And once doubt enters your execution, consistency disappears. I feel like most traders aren't losing because they don't know enough. They're losing because they're doing too much. And clarity doesn't come from more indicators. Confidence doesn't come from more trades. And discipline doesn't come from forcing the market to give you something it hasn't even offered. Real growth in trading comes from restraint, from waiting for your setup, and from saying no more times than saying yes. So you don't need 10 setups. You don't need sell high setups and buy low setups. You just need one you can execute without emotion. You don't need more money. You need control. Those are two different things. And you don't need to be taking trades every day. You just need to trade correctly. That's it. The market rewards patience, not desperation. And every shortcut you try to take will eventually cost you clarity, your money, and your confidence. So, as I go through my analysis, understand this. I am not here to chase trades. I am here to wait for alignment, execute with intention, and protect my mindset. That's how you last in this game. And that's how real traders are built, guys. That's it. That's all you have to do. One setup. Start off with two signals and just look for the same exact thing every single time you come on the charts. And I promise you, you will get this. All right. So let's get into this video. All right, guys. So this is GBP JPY. And I was actually looking for a 3-day setup on this pair. Um, reason why is because 3-day setups is something that's easy to spot. I feel like it's easy for beginners to start off with, mainly because it's the foundation of Stacey Burke's concept, right? Um, it's where you get your first red days, inside days, first screen days, etc. So if you can do 3-day setups, you can pretty much do any type of concept of Stacey Burke's, right? So I advise you guys to start off there. You can start off wherever you want, but this is a good starting point. So as you can see, the previous week we've had multiple days of shorts, and this red line represents the previous monthly high. So as you can see, we broke out of the previous monthly high, right? We also broke out of the previous weekly high. We pulled back here, right? And then we got a first green day on Monday. So I'm keeping note of that. Now, I no longer trade the front side of the week. Why? Because I feel like it's not necessary. I noticed that with a weekly candle, the front side of the week is mainly manipulation. The market is manipulating you. So what I like to do is wait. And waiting is the hardest part of trading. It's the hardest part a trader has to do, but it is very rewarding. So I know it's hard. I know you're ready to hop on the charts. You've been waiting since the weekend, but hold off. Wait for Wednesday and Friday because those give the best trades. You're on the backside of the week. Let the market play its hands. Okay. So we get a first green day on Monday. I'm taking note of that. We've broken out, pulled back, and had a first green day. All right. So Tuesday, I'm still watching. Mind you, Monday is the opening range. It sets the initial high and low of the week. So Tuesday breaks out of that high and pulls back and starts to consolidate. Okay. So I'm keeping note of that. Now let me go to the 15-minute chart. Okay. So I have it zoomed out, but as you can see, we get a first green day on Monday. All right. So as it broke out of that high, it pulled back to the previous day's high, which was Monday, and it just starts to play around there. It actually coils at the closing price, and then it starts pumping up, but then it goes into consolidation. It goes into consolidation into Wednesday. Okay. So I'm keeping note of that as well. It closed in breakout, but we actually put in a peak formation high, right? So that's already one of my criterias. So if I know that, let's say this is the previous monthly high, if I know that we've broken out of it, all right, higher high, dump, all right, and then we get a first green day on Monday, right? So I'm interested. So we get the closing breakout on Tuesday, but I want this closing breakout to fail so I can get a peak formation low. That's step number 2. And mind you, if this is day one can only be confirmed if day 2 breaks the low. Okay. Because remember, we're looking for the dump and pump model. So we need a peak formation high first, then we need a peak formation low. So let me write it out. Step 1, peak formation high. Step 2, peak formation low. Okay. And that's going to be on day 2. So as this day closes in breakout, I need this day to fail. Okay. So Wednesday opens up. We dump down. And now we're coiling where? At the previous day's low. And we've actually had a pin hammer off of the monthly high. Okay. So I'm extra intrigued. Okay. So once it coils at the previous day's low, it starts pumping, gives a higher high in the inside, and then goes into a box consolidation. Okay. So that's what I'm looking at. Mind you, I'm still waiting for my trade. I'm waiting for my trade. I have my peak formation high. I have my peak formation low. I have my higher high on the inside of the pullback. All right? Because mind you, the dump and pump is nothing but a pullback and trend. A pump and dump is nothing but a downtrend. And if it's pulling back, it's pumping, it's coiling at a level, and it's dumping. It's a pullback. So once it breaks out of the previous month's monthly high, it dumps, it coils at the previous day's low, and then it gives a higher high in the inside and closes within the range. Failed breakout. Okay. So the next day, I'm looking for my trade, which was today. Sorry. Okay. So now we're on the 5-minute chart. So here's my criteria, right? Timings, levels, behavior, price. I'm just going to write the first letter. Timings, levels, behavior of price. All right. I already know my setup. I have my day 1, peak formation high. I have my day 2, peak formation low. I am now on day 3. I also have my higher high. Okay. So I'm looking for buys. Now, on the day, like I said, we are in consolidation. All right. Price breaks out of this consolidation, but fails and gives a higher high. All right. So I'm keeping note of that. Now, We're trading the Asian session. This is GJ. Okay. So I look for this in Asian. So after we get that higher high, we're actually at the previous day's high. We actually breach it. So breakout, pullback, trend. We are getting higher highs. Okay. So after we get this higher high, I enter. All right. I actually entered here. So once we broke out of this consolidation, all right, after this failed attempt, and we made this higher high at the previous day's high. Once it pulled back and it gave me an engulfing candle, I got into the market, no hesitation. And that's how you enter every single time, guys. It has to be mechanical. It has to. You have to only be looking at one setup because it's easier. If you're looking at, think about it. If you're looking at a sell setup and a buy setup at the same time, right? There are different, it's not going to look similar all the time. So you're literally training your brain to look at two setups with multiple variations of that setup. Your brain can't lock in. All right. So when you tell your brain, look, I only want to trade one setup and maybe two signals and just execute, execute, execute. I'm only trading 3 day setups and I only want a first red day or a first green day. Then trade it. And I promise you, if you do that stick to it for a month and see how your trading ends up, it's going to be 10 times better, okay? So just lock in. All right? Remember, guys, if you need any extra help, I have a Discord. My community is amazing. It's growing rapidly. Some really great traders in there. So we'd love to have you. I have VIP access where I offer uh, just guidance, mentorship, live calls. We trade together. We do breakdowns. So it's just a really good time in VIP if you guys want to trade with a community because it's 10 times easier. And I also offer one on one sessions for anybody that needs extra help or maybe a beginner and don't understand the signals and the setups. So, with that being said, guys, this was a short video, but I just wanted to show you guys my point of view on GJ and this stellar trade that I took. I'm really proud of it. And I hope you guys have a great trading day and a great rest of your trading week. I am Q. This is Phase 3. And until we meet again.